I just want to talk about UFC and Dana White for a while. So you guys had like a feud or whatever you want to call it for a little while. How did that first start? And was it about money? Like, when did you first say, like, something's going on with this money, or UFC, I don't like the UFC? What was the first sign that something wasn't right?
Well, I think people need to understand the history of it in the beginning. Dana White, before he was the UFC president, he was my manager. He was Chuck Liddell's manager, and he came to my house in Huntington. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wanted to sign me because he seen me as a poster boy. Because, you know, I had the blonde hair, a bleach hair, and flames on my shorts, and I was a character, man. Yeah. And I was going to go out there and put my life on the line. And he was like, man, I want to manage you. You know, I used to help out with Floyd Mayweather in the back, and I think I could help you. And when he became my manager, he did. You know, he stood his ground. You know, he fought for me against the UFC when it was owned by Zuffa when it was owned by SCG back in the day. And there was an opportunity that came about. There was a contract I had renegotiated, or he renegotiated, and he said, you know what, either you like this or we're going somewhere else. And he hung the phone up, and I looked at him like, man, this is my career you're messing with. You better make the right decision. He's like, don't worry, they'll call back. And Dan was right. About 30 minutes later, they called back and said, you guys got a deal. Well, that's the type of negotiating that I learned from him. So he taught me that same type of negotiating, but it really doesn't work against him. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like to be bullied. He doesn't like to be, you know, put into question of, you know, do I deserve more money? He always just fights for his own, and I understand it's business. But I was always the guy that always said different, man. I always fought for the fighters. You know, I fought for the future of the fighters and what they got paid. I mean, what I thought I deserved because all the work I gave into that point. And you know, Dana didn't like that at all. He didn't like get his feathers ruffled at all. And I was that guy. I was always the one being outspoken. I was always just saying it how it was, and he didn't like it. And I wish we didn't end on the terms that we did, because I mean, at the time he was a good friend of mine. You know, we used to travel all the time together, and you know, have good times. But as you get older, you think hatred's a word that needs to go away. And I think I'm at that point now where I don't hate the guy. I really just think that we had our differences. We were two bulls in a room, and we didn't get along. And it was because we had the same ideas that we needed to own in the room. And I'm the one out there fighting, put my life on the line. I'm putting my health in risk, and I thought what I was deserved, and they didn't think the same. And you know, I walked away in 2013, happy because I had to get control of my family and you know, re-wrangle my family together and take care of my kids' future. And I stepped away from UFC at a time where they were just bashing me nonstop that I couldn't take it, man. It was just mental warfare that I couldn't handle anymore. I need to take care of the future of my children, my family, and myself. And it was really, really important.
Right. Yeah. It was like you left, and then you went back a couple times, right?
I really never left. I stayed with the UFC, but there was a time negotiation came about where I had to step out for a year, and they ended up coming back to my house and saying, what do you want here? You could have all of it. And I got what I wanted. And that only happened, I think, twice. The first time was they wanted to renegotiate my contract right before I fought Vitor Belfort. And I didn't want to resign because I said, you know what, I should get more money. I see you guys making great money now. And I was just looking out for the best of my future. And when I beat Vitor Belfort, my contracts were done. So I stepped away. You know, I did the Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. It was on MTV, and I wasn't going away, man. I was not going away. I was doing a lot of things to keep my name relevant. And that's why they came back and had to sign me not once, but twice. And every time my money boost went double to triple to what it was.
Thank you for watching. Click thumbs up if you liked our video, and remember to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you could be notified when we are streaming our interviews live, so you can super chat your questions and get them included in our premium content.